Now this is satisfying.
Let's take a big picture look at what's going on here. Over the next decade, 2 decades, it is expected that there will be $150 billion worth of oil and gas extracted off your coast. It's an extraordinary figure, but think of it in practical terms. That means, according to many experts, more than 2 billion tons of carbon emissions will come from your seabed, from those reserves, and be released into the atmosphere.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I don't know if you, as a head of state, went to the COP in Dubai.
Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. Do you know that Guyana has a forest forever that is the size of England and Scotland combined? A forest that stores 19.5 gigatons of carbon? A forest that we have kept alive? A forest that we have kept alive.
Does that give you the right? Does that give you the right to release all of this carbon?
Hold up. Let him...
Does that give you the right to lecture us on climate change? I am going to lecture you on climate change because we have kept this forest alive that stores 19.5 gigatons of carbon that you enjoy, that the world enjoy, that you don't pay us for, that you don't value, that you don't see a value in, that the people of Guyana has kept alive.
God's sake, you're a bunch of degenerates.
Guess what? We have the lowest deforestation rate in the world. And guess what? Even with our greatest exploration of the oil and gas resource we have now, we will still be net zero. Guyana will still be net zero. With all our exploration, we'll still be net zero. No,
powerful words, Mr. President. But
I am not completed as yet. I am not finished as yet. Because this is the hypocrisy that exists in the world. The world in the last 50 years has lost 65% of all its biodiversity. We have kept our biodiversity. Are you valuing it? Are you ready to pay for it? When is the developed world going to pay for it? Or are you in the pockets? Are you in the pockets of those who have damaged the environment? Are you in the pockets, are you and your system in the pockets of those who destroyed the environment through the Industrial Revolution and now lecturing us? Are you in their pockets? Are you paid by them? Are you paid to keep their message?
I just think it's unfair that certain countries could use fossil fuel to become a great empire. But suddenly, the poor people want to try to do the same thing to try to reach the first world country, and they say, no, no, no.
Can I join a protest to fight climate change? No, I'm sorry, Mr. Pastor. Sorry, it's to save the planet. Again, just pass. Do you not want to save the planet? What? What's the planet ever done for me? Do you know how much I spend on heating? But I say let it die. How dare you? How dare you? Are you mock? She sacrificed her child. Sacrificed what? An education? Don't y'all think change is good anyways? I say let him come. Oh, God. Elon got Mars. Why would you not? Sorry, think of the animals. I like my protein well done anyway. Titanic wouldn't have sank if there weren't no ice. That's my favorite movie. Stop. Deforestation, I'll call that a cleanup. You don't want to protect the Amazon? The Amazon, I want to protect same-day shipping. Chopping trees from A to Z. Oh! What, is Smokey the Bear gonna come after me? I'll smoke that man! Our water level is rising! I thought Africa needed more water. No. Didn't y'all use cars to get here? Water bottles to drink out of? Vegans killing plants, sandals made from rubber. I bet you posted this meat on Facebook, didn't you? Sure seems you're all for climate change if you ask me. Climate change, all for...
I think it's pretty undeniable at this point that there is an impact on climate across the planet.
I think that's highly deniable. We have no idea what the impact is from. We don't know where the carbon dioxide is from. We can't measure the warming of the oceans. We have terrible temperature records going back 100 years. Almost all the terrestrial temperature detection sites were first put outside urban areas, and then then you have to correct. Then you have to correct for the movement of the urban areas, and then you introduce an error parameter that's larger than the purported increase in temperature that you're planning to measure. This isn't data. This is guess. And there's something weird underneath it. There's something weird that isn't oriented well towards human beings underneath it. It has this guise of compassion. Oh, we're going to save the poor in the future. It's like that's what the bloody communists said. And they killed a lot of people doing it.
You're a victim.
Here we go.
And we're walking down that same road now, with this insistence that, you know, we're so compassionate that we care about the poor 100 years from now. And if we have to wipe out several hundred million of them now, well, that's a small price to pay for the future utopia. And we've heard that sort of thing before. And the alternative to that is to stop having global level elites plot out a utopian future, or even an anti-dystopian future. And that's exactly what's happening now with organizations like the WEF. And if this wasn't immediately impacting the poor in a devastating manner, I wouldn't care about it that much, but it is. You know, I watched over the course of the last 5 years, the estimates of the number of people who were in serious danger of food privation rise from about 100 million to about 350 million. That's a major price to pay for a little bit of, what would you say, for progress on the climate front that's so narrow it can't even be measured.
I don't think the increase in hungry people on the planet is because of climate policies.
Why not?
Because I don't think that countries in Africa are being pushed away from fossil fuels. I mean, most developing.
Of course they are. They can't even get loans from the World Bank to pursue fossil fuel development.
Oh, you've gone all quiet.
And there's plenty of African leaders who are screeching at the top of their lungs about that, because the elites in the West have decided that, well, it was okay for us to use fossil fuel so that we wouldn't have to starve to death and our children had some opportunities. But maybe the starving masses that are too large a load for the world anyways shouldn't have that opportunity. And that's direct policy from the UN, fostered by organizations like the WEF. They're going to have to turn to renewables. Yeah, well, good luck with that.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
But meanwhile, I will still use the platform of the fossil fuel. I will keep buildings, I will keep helping my people, no starvation, I got the infrastructure, life is freaking good, and if you want to send your people over, send them! Because, oh, poor you didn't have fossil fuel, but you had to come here, where we don't need fossil fuel, but we have electric cars.
Yeah, boy.
By the way, you still want electric cars? Vote for these things and we will send them so you can charge it over there. Let's go! But anyway, in all seriousness, let me know what you really think.
Don't get me wrong, ako sa kita bong. Puta fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk criollo colombici jam jam turlo que ta verde ta welcome.